Hello, everybody. I am coming to you on Eclipse Eve, I guess it's called. I mean, the way the energy has been in the atmosphere with the anticipation of the full eclipse on Monday, April 8th, as well as an earthquake in New Jersey, an earthquake in California. I'm not sure where else earthquakes are happening, but to say the least, the energy has been stirred up in one way or another. And it's affected me a little bit. I have to be honest with you. It's been a little bit different, to say the least. But this morning, I made a post in Facebook about inclusivity and about looking for inclusive environments. What prompted the post was that I noticed somebody was marketing themselves on a summit, and they had a full lineup in photos of people on the summit. And everyone on that summit was in a white body. I don't know if their ethnicity was Caucasian, if you will, but they were white, and they were white presenting, and it was such a lack of diversity that it would not interest me to not participate, but sign up to listen to the summit and listen to any of the speakers, which I'm sure are wonderful. They're wonderful speakers, I would imagine, or they wouldn't be on a summit. But my intention in life is to look for and be a part of and support diverse communities, communities that are inclusive, communities that represent a variety of races, religions, cultures, identities, seen and unseen, where people can feel safe and included and feel that their voices are heard, their voices matter. And so I made a post about it, just stating how, for me personally, if a summit host does not have a diverse lineup of speakers, I am not interested in that summit. And of course, we're still kind of early into it, but there was a variety of responses. But here's what struck out to me: the responses that put the onerous, if that's a word, if I'm saying it right, I'm not that articulate, on me. Put yourself out there more. Join summits. Be a part of it. Now, you may not know much about me, but I apply to speak weekly, daily, if you will, several times during the week. I'm applying to be a part of either summits or podcasts or live in person speeches, because I have a message that I want to give out, and I am committed to helping people create inclusive environments. As a matter of fact, I just put the finishing touches on an on demand online course called the Inclusive Community Blueprint, which I'll be telling you more about at another time. It's my mission in life to get out there to help people create the type of environments that will increase their revenue, increase their business, increase their clients, customers, their followings, their teams, that would really enhance their business. There's the bottom line, there's the richness of diverse perspectives, there's everything positive that comes with having diverse and inclusive communities. And got into it with not got into it that's got into a discussion on with a woman who was saying that, she recently either attended a summit or was a part of a summit where people complained that there was lack of diversity, and the summit host said that, you know not many people, diverse people applied, or people of color applied, when the call for speakers was out there. And so I was curious. I'm like, what was it about this summit that didn't speak to people of more diverse backgrounds to apply to? And I was like, we've got to get curious before we get into judgment, right? And so I was just curious about it. And I'm like, and the tone, of course, when we're typing, the tone was that it's up to minoritized and underrepresented folks to make sure that we um, join these summits or be a part of these summits? And I said, yeah, that's a yes and. And it's also up to people who claim to be allies for underrepresented and minoritized communities to put out the invitation, to invite people to share their vision for their summit, to share the value that diverse voices can bring to the summit, to enroll people in the vision and the value of the summit so that they would want to participate. It works both ways. We have been knocking on doors as minoritized communities and underrepresented folks for hundreds and hundreds of years, and those doors have been slammed in our faces with excuse after excuse after excuse as to why we're not the right fit, whether it's redlining, whether it's other conscious and unconscious biases. As an ally, people of privilege can reach out. They can highlight voices of color, right? I just was on a call the other day for a Voices of Color Summit, where a white woman is intentionally creating a summit that highlights voices of color, male and female. And so, my point in sharing this with you is that yes, we get to be brave and put ourselves out there, and people who claim to be allies need to make that invitation, create an environment where we feel safe and we feel a part of. And so, as I was sharing that, the response I got was, well, maybe it was just not the right fit or the right energy or the right summit for diverse speakers. And, my first thought was, what possible topic or energy would prevent diverse speakers from wanting to be a part of a summit? And then I thought of one, a Klan rally. Yeah, I wouldn't apply to be on that one. And if I was invited, it would give me pause to see if I would feel safe in that environment. So my point in saying this is, don't gaslight. Be open to listening and opening up your perspective, and let's try to build bridges here, because this person that was coming up with excuse after excuse as why that particular summit had no diversity. It was our fault. We were invited and we said no, or we didn't apply, or maybe it just wasn't the right fit or energy. I mean, seriously, there are underrepresented people in every facet of coaching, of health, of business, of what could possibly be so different about this summit that no person of color or no person of a diverse background would want to participate, would not want to participate. What is going on there? And that's what you've got to look at. What was it about the summit that people of diverse backgrounds said, yeah, no, not for me, no thanks, I don't want to be a part of it, instead of making it seem like it was our fault? And so that's where I'd like to get curious, kind of get under, like what's really going on? What questions can we ask? How can we be more inviting to attract a more diverse lineup of speakers, therefore attract a more audience who is watching, who is participating, who is, wanting to hire you for your product or services, support you? What needs to happen to create more inclusive environments? So here's what I want you to do. I want you to keep an eye out for me and my on-demand course. It just happened to be divine timing, actually. The course should be finished either this week or next week, with all the technical back end stuff that needs to happen. But how can we create inclusive environments? How can we set ourselves up to be someone that minoritized and underrepresented individuals want to be around, feel safe around, have a voice around, feel heard, feel listened to? Like on my own page and on my own thread, you know, having someone just be so hell bent on being right instead of trying to get it right was something that really caused me to shut down. Because when minoritized folks share their stories, their experiences, and their feelings, their voices are silenced when we judge or minimalize or try to explain or bypass what they are saying, what that experience is for them. And so, how can all of us, I'm not just saying white people, but everyone, how can we be more inclusive in our language, in our communication, in attracting more diverse clients, customers, colleagues, talent, teams into our communities so that we are enriched by what everyone has to offer and all of the different perspectives? That's all I'm saying here. And if someone actually brings it up to you and you have a blind spot to it, I just want to challenge you to get curious before you get furious and defensive, and open yourself up to a curiosity to learn more and see where your unconscious biases, assumptions, blind spots, whatever you want to call them, might be preventing you from opening up a more inclusive environment in your community. So that's my rant for today. Enjoy the eclipse tomorrow, everyone. Well, I don't know when this will be aired, but I hope you enjoyed the eclipse, or you will enjoy the eclipse, and I will see you next time. Bye.